Pro-life advocates hear the slogan, "My body, my choice," all the time. But most don't understand the argument behind the slogan and what it implies. And while there are several problems with trying to use bodily rights to justify legal abortion that can get pretty complicated, the one I am going to address today is more straightforward. The bodily autonomy argument actually contradicts what most pro-choice people believe about abortion. And if we can point out contradictions in the other person's thinking during the conversation without being obnoxiously condescending, we can help them identify the cognitive dissonance in their position. This is a critical step in persuasive dialogue. According to a 2019 Gallup poll, 53% of U.S. adults believe abortion should be legal only under certain circumstances, and only 25% say it should be legal with no restrictions. So if we take a look at this majority group of 53% of U.S. adults who might think of themselves as generally pro-choice, but want there to be some restrictions on abortion, I can tell you that many of them have been influenced to some degree or another by bodily rights thinking. I do not professionally conduct scientific surveys, but my organization specializes in long-form, meaningful conversations with everyday pro-choice people. We have had thousands of in-person conversations about abortion to ask them what influences their position and to test different pro-life arguments to see which ones work best in real life. Bodily rights arguments come up in almost every conversation we have with people who also fall into the category of pro-choice with exceptions. For example, they may support legal abortion access, but only in the first trimester, or they believe it shouldn't be used as a form of birth control. The problem for pro-choice advocates is if bodily rights arguments for abortion are true, they must justify all abortions without discrimination of any kind. There is no way to consistently argue that first trimester abortions should be legal because it's a woman's right to decide what to do with her body, and at the same time say second trimester abortions should not be legal. If the thing that justifies abortion in the first trimester is women's bodily autonomy, then abortion continues to be justified in the second and third trimester because the fetus still resides inside her body. To be consistent in their view, they have to make a difficult choice. Either become an extremist on the issue of abortion, or abandon the bodily autonomy argument altogether. Pointing out this problem with bodily rights arguments can be incredibly effective for helping people take another step towards becoming pro-life. Because while we want to help them reject abortion altogether, usually people change their minds slowly, over time. When people realize they have to choose between advocating for late-term abortion or abandoning this popular argument, suddenly the pro-choice position starts to feel much less comfortable. If thousands of people who are comfortably pro-choice realize that in order to be consistent, they have to choose between the extremism that their arguments demand and the voices of their consciences, then many of them will become pro-life.